The stage lights brighten as Jessica Sanchez walks onto the America's Got Talent 2025 stage. For a brief moment, the theater feels frozen in time. Whispers ripple through the audience. Many recognize her from her unforgettable run on American Idol more than a decade ago. She was only a teenager then, a girl with a voice far beyond her years. Now, as a grown woman, she steps into the spotlight with a maturity that only life struggles can teach. The judges greet her warmly. Sofia Vergara beams, Simon Cowell squints with curiosity, and Howie Mandel leans forward. Heidi Klum asks what brought her to AGT, and Jessica's voice trembles slightly as she answers, "This stage represents hope for me. I've had so many ups and downs in my career, and there were times I almost gave up. But music has always been my heartbeat. Tonight, I want to show the world who I really am." The crowd applauds, sensing her sincerity. Jessica clutches the microphone, closing her eyes for a second to gather her courage. Her hands tremble slightly, but there's a spark in her expression. This is a moment she has dreamed about for years. The audience grows quiet, waiting. Simon raises an eyebrow, as if testing her resolve. In that silence, Jessica takes a deep breath. The story of her past, the disappointments, the nights of doubt, all of it now balances on this one chance. The moment feels monumental, like history about to be rewritten. As the first note of the backing track swells through the theater, Jessica grips the mic tighter. Her comeback is about to begin. The first note resonates through the theater, pure and unwavering. Jessica Sanchez opens her mouth, and her voice immediately captures every ear in the room. It's both powerful and tender, a perfect balance of emotion and control. The audience sits in stunned silence, eyes wide, mouth slightly open. The judges lean forward in their seats. Howie's jaw tightens. Heidi's fingers clutch her lap, even Simon's usual poker face wavers. Jessica's song choice is intentional, a soaring ballad that reflects her journey, struggle, perseverance, and ultimate hope. Her phrasing, her delicate vibrato, her impeccable timing, every element is flawless. Each note seems to carry the weight of her past, yet radiates the promise of her future. Camera angles capture the tears forming in some audience members' eyes, while others cover their mouths in awe. The spotlight moves with her, tracing her every movement. She sways gently, letting the music guide her, her emotions spilling naturally into every line. The stage seems to shrink around her, focusing the world's attention entirely on Jessica and her voice. Sofia Vergara's eyes glisten with tears, her hand instinctively reaching for her chest as she listens. Simon Cowell sits rigid, a rare sign of being completely captivated. He whispers to Heidi, "I haven't heard a voice like that in years, she's incredible." The camera briefly cuts to fans holding signs, some crying quietly, others shouting encouragement. Every crescendo, every delicate pause, communicates the story of a woman who refused to give up. As the song reaches the bridge, Jessica hits a series of high notes that seem almost impossible, yet they're delivered effortlessly. The audience leans forward, collectively holding their breath. This is not just a performance, it's a statement. Jessica Sanchez has returned, stronger and more passionate than ever. As Jessica reaches the final verse, her voice soars with an intensity that sends shivers down everyone's spine. The theater falls completely silent, every listener is hanging on to each note. It's a moment where music becomes more than sound, it's pure emotion, a story told without words. The audience feels her pain, her perseverance, her joy, all woven seamlessly into every lyric. Jessica closes her eyes, letting the music take over. Her hands rise slightly as if conducting invisible strings that tie the audience's hearts to her own. The vibrato on her high notes is flawless, each tone ringing with clarity and power. Tears begin to stream down her face, mirroring the emotion she has poured into the song. Sofia Vergara, seated at the judges' panel, covers her mouth in awe. Her eyes glisten as she whispers to herself, "She's extraordinary." Heidi Klum wipes away a tear, Howie Mandel's hands clench the armrests, and Simon Cowell sits forward, leaning in with a mixture of astonishment and admiration. His usual critical demeanor has vanished completely, replaced by awe. The camera pans across the audience, standing ovations start to erupt mid-song, faces full of wonder and emotion. Some can barely contain themselves, hands over mouths, tears in eyes, others are on their feet, cheering in pure amazement. Every note Jessica sings seems to carry the weight of her journey, resonating deeply with anyone who has ever chased a dream against all odds. When she hits the final, lingering note, it hangs in the air like magic. Silence returns for a heartbeat, then erupts into thunderous applause. The energy in the theater is electric. Jessica takes a deep, trembling breath, eyes opening to meet the cheering crowd. She has given them more than a performance, she has given them a piece of her soul. The final note fades, leaving a moment of stunned silence in the theater, as if time itself has paused. Then, Sofia Vergara leans forward, her eyes shimmering with tears, and addresses Jessica directly. "You've worked so hard, and tonight, you've reminded all of us why we fell in love with your voice. You deserve this moment. You deserve the world to see you shine again." The audience erupts in cheers as Sofia reaches for the golden buzzer. With one decisive slam, the stage erupts into a cascade of golden confetti, glittering under the stage lights. Jessica gasps, covering her mouth, unable to believe what has just happened. Her knees buckle slightly, and she sinks to the floor, overwhelmed with emotion. The confetti swirls around her, sparkling like tiny stars celebrating her triumph. Sofia rushes to the stage and wraps Jessica in a warm, heartfelt hug. "This is your time, Jessica. You've earned every second of it," she whispers. The audience rises in a standing ovation, clapping and shouting Jessica's name. Some fans wave homemade signs declaring their love and admiration. The judges are equally moved. Simon Cowell leans back, a rare smile crossing his face, clearly impressed. Heidi wipes tears from her eyes, and Howie gives a heartfelt thumbs up. Every person in the theater feels the magnitude of the moment. Jessica's long journey, the struggles she has faced, and her unwavering determination have all culminated in this magical instant. Jessica, still on her knees, finally lifts her head. Her voice cracks slightly as she whispers, thank you so much." The crowd continues to cheer, and the confetti settles around her like a golden halo. This isn't just a buzzer, it's a symbol of hope, perseverance, and the power of dreams coming true. As the golden confetti drifts down around her, Jessica Sanchez rises to her feet, her body still trembling from the intensity of the moment. The audience continues to roar, some standing on chairs, waving banners, and shouting her name. Jessica takes a deep breath, looking out at the sea of cheering faces, and for the first time in years, she feels a sense of pure, unfiltered triumph. Her journey has been long and filled with obstacles. From her early days on American Idol, the setbacks, the doubts, the near misses. Everything has led to this single transformative moment. Standing on the AGT stage under the shimmering confetti, she finally feels the weight of those struggles lift. Her voice, once a symbol of youthful potential, has now become a testament to resilience and perseverance. Sofia Vergara stands beside her, smiling proudly, while Simon Cowell nods in acknowledgement, clearly impressed by Jessica's emotional journey and her technical mastery. Heidi and Howie join in clapping, their faces full of admiration. Cameras capture the moment from every angle, Jessica, radiant and tearful, looking like a woman reborn. Jessica turns to the audience and speaks softly, her voice catching slightly, "Thank you for believing in me, for giving me a second chance to share my music and my story. This is only the beginning." The crowd explodes with applause, and the energy feels almost tangible, like the entire theater is vibrating with joy and inspiration. As the camera pans out, the stage lights create a golden halo around Jessica. This moment isn't just about a performance, it's about hope, dreams realized, and a new chapter beginning. Jessica steps forward, ready to embrace whatever comes next, her heart full, her spirit unstoppable. The golden buzzer has not just marked her victory, it has illuminated the path to a brighter future.